I want to dialogue with you guys and kind of go back and forth with what does love yourself mean to you. You know, when I think of the word love, and when you love someone, you care about that person. You want to protect that person. You want to see the best for that person. And, you know, I think the problem is sometimes in our lives is that we're so focused on the outward that we kind of ignore the internal. And what I mean by that is that we're so focused on pleasing people. We're so focused on loving people. And there's nothing wrong with that. We should. But sometimes we get so caught in loving other people that we forget how to love ourselves, or we forget to take care of ourselves or cherish ourselves. If you've been to any of my events this year, you know one of the things I talk about with protecting your peace, and I'm doing it this morning, is taking time out your day to focus on you, to love yourself. And so for me, you know, loving myself is making this juice. You know, you can't say that you don't love yourself, you don't take care of your temple, you don't take care of your body. And trust me, we all struggle with it. I struggle with it at times, but I realize that's a form of loving yourself, is taking care of yourself, taking care of your mental health, taking care of your physical, taking care of your spiritual, taking care of your mental, and just appreciating yourself. It's respecting yourself. You know, we live in a time where, you know, the self-respect for an individual is at an all-time low. And what I mean by that, well, I'm not gonna say all-time low, but it's low. You know, I see a lot of people trading their identity for popularity. I see a lot of people that will trade in their authenticity just to be accepted. And we start to lose respect for ourselves. And, you know, I want to just be clear, and this is just a message on my heart. You don't have to lose respect for yourself. You don't have to ignore your worth, ignore your standards, disrespect yourself in order to get something out of life. Because my theory is this: if you have to disrespect yourself, you have to lower your standards, if you have to become less in order to get something, then maybe that's something, well, not even maybe, I know that something is something that you don't need. It might be something that you want, but it's something that you don't need. And I think a form of loving yourself is realizing that you're not going to lower your standards. And that doesn't mean like you're arrogant, or that doesn't mean that you don't compromise, because if you get in a relationship, you have to compromise certain things, but there's certain things in your life that you cannot compromise. There's certain things in your life that you have to keep those standards high, because this world is programmed to make us lower our standards in order to be something. You know, I've seen I've had those things presented to me all the time. Trent, if you change this, or if you talk about this less, or if you do this, you can have this platform, or your platform will grow more. And I'm not willing to sacrifice my self-respect. I'm not willing to sacrifice my beliefs. I'm not willing to sacrifice any part of my life in order to get something that might seem valuable, right? That might seem, what's another word I'm looking for? That might seem good for my life. But everything that seems good, everything that looks good isn't good. And so, you know, I think that's another form of loving yourself. And, you know, I think loving yourself is in so many different aspects of life. As far as like I said, from a physical standpoint, I mean, you know, I'm not the health guru, but, you know, it's hard to say you love yourself if you're putting toxic things in your body. You know what I'm saying? And I know we battle addictions. I know we battle, you know, we battle a lot of things, and even myself. But, you know, when you start to realize that, you know, you only have one body, when you start to realize that health is wealth, when you start to realize that a better you is going to result into a better environment. I got some beautiful flowers planted. And, you know, one thing about planting flowers, and I love to do it. Well, I didn't do these actually, but I love when they get planted because, you know, an environment matters, you know, when it comes to crops, when it comes to planting. You know, if something is planted in the wrong environment, it won't grow. And it's the same thing with our lives. That's why I always say, you know, if you love yourself, you're going to put yourself in the right environment. Try to. You know, you're going to remove the things that need to be removed. You're going to add the things that need to be added to your life. Because I always say, if being selfish results, and when I use the word selfish, please take that in a positive way. I'm not saying negatively. You guys should know that. But if being selfish results into a better you, which results into a better environment around you, which results into you inspiring those around you that need you to be the best you, then that's what you have to do. Selfish is prayer. Selfish is meditation. Selfish is what I like to call peaceful vibes only. It's a time where I get away and I focus on myself, focus on my life, focus on the things that I need to focus on. I give thanks. I give appreciation. And I know that's going to put me in a better position to be the best me for that day, right? It's going to put me in a better position to be the best father, the best husband, the best friend, the best leader, whatever it may be, for that day. And so, yeah, that's what loving yourself, and there's so many definitions. I mean, I could go down a list of probably 100 things what loving yourself means, but I just want you guys to understand that it's a holistic thing, right? It's going to the doctor sometimes, if that's what it is for you. It's getting checkups. It's, having conversations with people that, it's about giving forgiveness. That's another thing, right? Maybe somebody's hurt you, somebody's wronged you. Maybe you've wronged somebody. I think when you love yourself, you want to be the best you possible. So if you're holding stress in your life, if you're holding anger in your life, if you're holding resentment in your life, if you're holding guilt in your life, when you love yourself, you want to find a way to get rid of those things. You want to find a way to better those things in your life, to lessen those things in your life, should I say. So it might be giving forgiveness to somebody, because it's hard to live your life. It sucks to live your life when you have people controlling your life that are not a part of your life. When you have anybody controlling your life, you have a situation controlling your life, you have a moment in the past controlling your life, and it's causing stress. It's causing you not to be the best you. It's causing you not to focus. And you got to realize, like, those things, man, matter. Those small things add up. Like, they really, really do. So when it comes to loving yourself, I want you to think about that. Like, I don't have all the answers. I'm not that guy that will tell you that. But it's about dealing with your struggles. It's about, facing your reality. It's about not running from your battles anymore. It's about acceptance. It's about, understanding maybe the only closure that you might find is realizing that you deserve better. Maybe that's it, but at the end of the day, it's you putting yourself in position to be the best you. Sometimes it takes time for things to grow, and you have to understand that. My grandfather teaching me just the process of having faith, as we know, the gardener's mindset is what I like to call it. I'm sure you heard this story before, but, I'm just going to make it short. You have to know that something is taking place even though when you can't see it. That's faith to me. Faith is knowing that something is growing even when you can't see growth. Faith is knowing that something is happening even when you can't see it happening. That's faith. Be proud of yourself, man. Like, sometimes we want to be somewhere so bad that it causes anxiety. It causes us not to be appreciative for how much we actually grown. Like, it's life, and I understand life is hard. Life is struggleful. Struggleful, that's a word. I think I just made up that word. Life is full of struggleful. That's funny. Trent words, right? Life is full of struggle. There's so many people out there selling success. There's so many people out there selling perfection, man. Perfection is like poison. It's like people are selling this, and I'm working on something very soon to actually articulate this in a creative way. But people are selling this poison of perfection, man, and it's like, we think we have to be perfected. Not perfected, excuse me. We think we have to be perfect people. And through our relationship with God, if you're a believer like me, that's where our perfection rests. But, we live in a filtered society where we look out and we see everybody looks like they have it all together because that's what they're showing you. And we see people who are successful and they're wearing suits and ties and looking like success, smelling like success, promoting success. But, success, there's nothing wrong with success and growing your life. But, there's always, even in success, it's hard. It's struggle. Not too many people will tell you that. Like, not too many people will tell you that even when you're progressing in the journey, there's still a lot of pain that's taking place in the journey. So I want to tell you that don't feel less because you're stressed, right? Don't feel less because you're not at your best and things like that. But you just keep progressing, man, and understand, man, like, life is about appreciation. Life is about gratitude. Life is about looking around and finding the beauty in everything. Even sitting out here in this rain, like, this storm is ugly, but I appreciate this storm because I know this storm, look at me getting into my mode right now. I know this storm right now is going to do what it's supposed to do. There's water that needs to be There's plants that need to be watered. There's grass that needs to be watered. There's an environment that needs to be watered. But this storm won't last forever. This storm will come. This storm will go. It might last a day. It might last 2 days. But eventually, as these clouds are moving right now, as you can see, this storm will pass. And it's the same thing in your life. You know, there's a purpose for the storm. Always a purpose for the storm. And when you program your perspective to think like that, I'm not going to say it makes it easy, but it makes it easier to deal with it because you know this is necessary for something. You know, maybe it might not be for your life. Maybe you're going through something so other people can get strength from you because you went through the experience so you can help others get through it. Appreciate you.